The goal was to get the title. That's what he had said, you know, because he started MMA when we had just had Troy. He's like, oh, I'm just going to train like 1 or 2 days a week. Almost 2 years later, he's now champion, and that's what he wanted, you know. And from here, it can only get better, you know. So.
Well, I think that's it. I mean, from here, you guys, you know, you obviously have your job and your training. I mean, how are you aiming to become fully professional in terms of fighting? Do you think it's going to be a possibility for you?
John, I'll be honest with you. I'm busy with a couple of big sponsors, and if they can financially support me, it is a possibility. But you know, I'm a dreamer, but I'm also a realist. And a lot of people look at my age. You know, I'm 34, and they look at, you know, is it a worthwhile investment? No, there's maybe 4 years left of quality fighting in me. So in that perspective, I don't think I'll be a full-time fighter. I'll basically made peace with that. That part of my dream might not be a reality.
But then again, 2 years ago you started training MMA for the fitness, and now you're the champion. So I think your dreams do become reality quite a bit, it would seem.
Depending on sponsorships, you know, we're working really hard on getting sponsors now. We've sent out his fighter resume and his proposal out to a lot of big companies now that are involved in MMA. So we're hoping for the best, but obviously we've got to think about the long picture as well. Obviously we've got to raise him. And but if he can, I mean, it would be fantastic. And to go overseas.
So basically I can then fight at another next level.
Well, that's it. Set some goals again and get going with it. Who currently are your sponsors?
At the moment, Muscleworks, my supplement sponsor, Fin State Financial Solutions. They financially support me. And then Mongrel Fight Company.
Mongrel, is that a local business or is it an international company in terms of the gear?
Mongrel is local, it's 100% South African, but all these products get made overseas for quality purposes.
And I mean, you know, what's the next step for you guys? I mean, when are you going to defend the title for the first time?
I've basically phoned the EFC and I told them about my ankle. I'm basically busy with rehab work on my ankle, with the biokineticist and stuff like that. And I haven't actually been training since my fight because of my ankle. And only rehab work and like weight work, upper body work. I can't sprint, so that kills me. Because I love my sprinting,
especially
my running.
with the hill that you've got now.
No, this is going to be. I feel sorry for my next opponent when it comes to fitness. Basically, I think I probably should be defending my title by 05 or 06. All depends on the EFC. And their plans with me and the title and so forth.
All right, brilliant. You know, what else? I mean, what else? You know, what else is happening from a training point of view, from everything, from life? I mean, you guys are defending titles in a couple of months. It depends. How many? Do you have a certain amount of times you have to defend it within a year, like they do in boxing? It's 3 times a year, or you just take it as it comes?
Actually, the UFC haven't sat down with me and discussed that part of the new development. You know. So
we'll get this.
It could be like the UFC where I might only have to defend it once a year. Twice a year.
Who knows, hey?
I think it also depends on the amount of people in the division that qualifies to go for the title. See, at the moment, I know my next opponent will be Chris Bright because he's the only other legitimate lightweight that qualifies to challenge for the title. There's certain criteria.
Of course. I
mean, you can't just walk in the UFC today and say, I don't want
I want to fight
the champion. So they have to win 2 or 3 in a row. In a row. So it's quite tough, you know.
Sure. Okay. And obviously you said Troyden and Jackie are the most important things in your life. Can he do an armbar yet? I know he's only 21 years old, but where's his wrestling?
And he
can pull his head out of a triangle. He knows how to do that. He loves ground and pound. Honestly.
Does he do slams like his dad yet?
Yes. So he's got his small boxing bag.
Does he?
He picks a cat up, then he goes like, I'm going to do it like daddy. And he goes with the cat. So he actually pins the cat down now and then ground and pound the cat. And then he looks at me like proud, like ground and pound.
That's awesome.
Like I said to Jack, you know, I'm very open-minded. I'm not going to force him to do what I'm doing, I mean, even if he does belay,
well, you couldn't afford
which
to
I
keep
hope he doesn't.
replacing the cat, so you know,
yeah, I know.
you kind of hope he doesn't
Maybe get a Saint Bernard dog or something. Yeah, I'll support him in anything he does in life. Huh?
Okay, that's awesome.
So,
but he does love, I mean, we watch UFC all the
he
time.
Loves UFC,
and he calls it ground and pound because he doesn't quite grasp
Yeah.
UFC, but he'll tell them, da-da-da-da-da, come watch ground and pound, and, you know, then they'll sit there together and he'll watch it. He loves it,
Do you think you could handle the stress of watching your husband and then your son fight?
I don't know. Like, Wentzel is obviously...
Have a daughter, you know
I
what I mean? Even women are starting to fight now, so that's not even safe.
You know, Troy and I'll always support what he does. It's his choice ultimately, but I think that's a different level for a mom to watch her son, you know, compete. And you know, like, what if something bad happens and then, you know, I've allowed him to do it, and, but I'll never stop him. You know, like I've never stopped Wentzel. As much as I worry about, you know, it's a contact sport, anything can happen. I'll never stop either of them. You know, if that's his passion and that's what he's good at, then I'll allow him to do it. Obviously, he just has to be a lot more careful. You know, do you have a concussion? Do you is something broken? Are you okay? You know, so you know.
Most moms talk about stubbed toes and cuts, and
I know.
we're talking about concussions and broken jaws. You know,
you know.
Broken elbows.
So as long as he, you know, puts in the hours, I'll allow him to train. He won't ever get into a cage unfit. That's
Okay, well, I think with a dad like this, there's no chance in a hill like that. I think he's going to be one of the fittest kids in school.
You know, funny enough, when I train on Saturdays on the field, he actually trains with me.
Yeah.
He runs 2 laps.
Him.
He's 21 months old. He runs 2 laps around the field with me. Okay, obviously on his own pace. He does bear crawl running with me.
Oh, sure.
He tried to pull the tire.
And the cat.
So he's already in that mind of the fitness world like I do.
Okay. All right. I think one last thing, you know, what advice do you have to someone who wants to be a professional and be ultimately the champion? You know, a lighter here. We're not talking about your competitors.
No.
But some 16-year-old amateur guy.
I'll just say, you know, it's a tough sport. You won't be on top from day one.
Yeah.
But if you persevere, you can make a success of it. Sure. I've proved it. I come from a crappy background and stuff like that, and all it is dedication, commitment, and the will to achieve in life. I live by those 3 rules.
Okay.
Commitment, the will, and the rest. If you don't have that, if you can't commit to anything in life, it doesn't matter if you're 5 years old or 50 years old. You have to commit, and then you have to have the will to achieve it.
Yeah. Okay.
So
it's work hard, dream big, work hard.
Yeah,
that's
kind
of the way.
And that's my advice too. When I was a wrestling coach, that's what I told my guys. Okay. If you guys commit, you want to win, or you want to become something, a champion or whatever, you have to sacrifice.
Well, that's exactly it, and I think you guys have obviously made a lot of sacrifice, and it's paying dividends, and probably the nicest family in mixed martial arts at the moment. So, you know, we wish you guys all the best, and it's an honor to watch you fight, and thank you for being so far the champion that you have been. And yeah, we look forward to you defending it as many times as you possibly can. Hey?
I hope so, and thank you for the opportunity and giving us fighters the exposure. And like I always tell you, you know, we need guys like you who can take us fighters
guys
seriously. Like smack talk.
Yeah, there we go.
And also showing a different side of fighters.
They're
not only get in the cage and just you know brawl. They have personalities. They have families. You know, they're normal, funny people. You know that you know.
Funny in like how funny.
Not weird.
No, that's funny.
Yeah, and it gives the ordinary person a better perspective on what the sport's about.
Yeah,
that's it. Cool. Okay, thanks so much for your time, guys. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And that's it. At home with the Nel family.